The second headline came after the first one, and it simply said, Portland and the rest of Oregon floods. I only heard the Lord speaking, and this is what he said. He said, Portland will have floods and humanitarian disasters. FEMA will be present in Oregon for purposes of giving aid, for purposes of search and rescue, for resettlement purposes, for disaster relief. And they will also operate more actively in much of America. Many areas will experience record floods and sustain massive damages to life and property. And FEMA will become a central relief agency, an arm of the beast in the end times. So the Lord is saying that FEMA is going to have an increased role in the last days, giving aid, giving search and rescue, resettling people, and disaster relief. And that is because God is going to be hitting America on all sides with record natural disasters that we have never experienced here before. America is not really known to be an area, for instance, of volcanic activity. It only happens in certain places like Yellowstone. But what I saw in the last days, there's a prophecy for this. It is called dead men's sores, is that the ground of the United States began to just unzip. It literally just tore. And instead of finding maybe just a deep crack that you could look into and say, oh, this is a horrible sinkhole or something, what came flying out of that crack was boiling lava, and not the slow kind like they have in Hawaii, like that volcano that takes a long time with the lava. What came out was sheeting magma that ran along the ground like liquid. It was so fast that it was literally the way a wave comes in from the sea and just rushes in. We all know the speed of water waves. Well, that magma moved at the speed of water, and it killed so many people in the vision that God was showing me. And it was judgment on America. And the Lord said, do you see the way that the ground suddenly unzips and that liquid comes out? He called it dead men's sores. And then he showed me a person that had passed on in the hospital, how if a person is not properly refrigerated after passing on, the body gets very soft, and then it begins to burst open and putrefying liquid comes out. He said exactly the way the skin of the dead bursts and that liquid comes out, the earth will also have dead men's sores and burst. And that magma came out, and it killed so many people in this country. And this is not a nation known for volcanic activity. And so as God is bringing record disasters to the United States, FEMA is going to be very much vaunted, very much in the spotlight. Why? Because they're the disaster relief people.